Good afternoon, my dear brothers and sisters. The word sensitive may be translated in Filipino in two ways, at least in two ways. One is maramdamin. Masyado ka naman sensitive, nabiro ka lang, umiyak ka na. Okay, that's maramdamin. The other meaning of sensitive is marunong makiramdam. Sensitive. Hindi na kinakailangan magsalita, alam na, nararamdaman na natin. Meron siyang dinadalang mabigat sa kanyang loob. O kaya ay meron siyang nararamdaman. Kaya yung mga, kumbaga sa parang pakieme na alam naman niya na crush siya no? Alam, nagpapa-OA lang yon, no? Nararamdaman yon, sensitive yung mga yon, no? Alam nilang may crush yung kanilang office mate sa kanila, no? Pero kunwari, no, walang nararamdaman, no? Hindi kayo sensitive, dapat nararamdaman yon. So those are two possible meanings. And what meaning of sensitive did the Lord demonstrate in the gospel? Not the one na maramdamin, but the one that is marunong makiramdam. He saw the crowds and he felt compassion for them. The crowds did not need to say something. Jesus already felt that these people need something. And of course, the gospel we normally know, as the multiplication of the loaves. Nagpakain ang Panginoon ng marami. Sabi nga dito, 5,000 kalalakihan. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa kasama yung mga babae at mga bata. More than 5,000 ate and were satisfied. But if you notice, my dear sisters and brothers, the Lord did not only feed them with material food. Before the feeding, Jesus already fed them. How? It says here, when Jesus looked at them, they were like sheep without a shepherd, and he began to teach them many things. He did not immediately feed them with food. He taught them. Why? Because Jesus knew that the needs of man are not only the material ones. Nagugutom, pakainin. Walang damit, bigyan ng damit. Nauuhaw, painumin. Those are material needs. Those are the needs of our body. But Jesus knew that the needs of man are more than the material needs. Man needs to be taught spiritual things. Man needs to be fed with spiritual food. At yun ang kanyang ginawa. Una, tinuruan niya ang mga tao. Tinuruan tungkol sa Diyos. Tinuruan tungkol sa tamang pakikipagkapwa-tao. Tinuruan kung paano dapat maging mabuti sa kapwa. Tinuruan na magmahal. Tinuruan niya ang mga tao tungkol sa kaharian ng Diyos. Tinuruan niya sila ng maraming bagay. At pagkatapos nun, tsaka lamang niya pinakain ang mga tao. My dear sisters and brothers, that is very important reminder to us that we don't only need material food. We also need, and sometimes even more important, we need spiritual food. Yan kuminsan ang nakakalimutan natin, lalo na sa mga magulang. Kala nila, sapat na kumakain naman ng anak ko no? Nasusunod naman yung gusto niya, no? Sa pagtatrabaho ko, na ibibigay ko naman sa kanya yung kanyang mga hinihingi. Gusto ng anak ko na ng masarap na pagkain, bumibili kami ng masarap na pagkain. Gusto ng anak ko na mapalitan yung kanyang lumang cellphone, binibili ko ng lumang cellphone. Yes. Material blessings, material favors. Yun lang. Tapos na ba ang obligasyon mo bilang magulang? Sapagkat naibigay mo na yung mga bagay na yon? Hindi po. You know, when I interview couples who are getting married, I always tell them, if I don't forget, no? I always tell them, you know, you are the first religion teachers of your children. Kayo ang unang guro ng inyong mga anak tungkol sa pananampalataya. I wonder how many parents are aware of that responsibility to teach their children about God, about what it means to be children of God. You know, in the first reading from the first letter of St. John, he was telling us, let us love one another because love is of God. I wonder how many parents, by word and by example, teach their children to be loving. Si Jesus, pinakain niyang mga tao, hindi lamang ng mga material na pagkain. Tinuruan niya ang mga tao ng maraming bagay. Let us not forget, we consist of body and soul, katawan at kaluluwa. Alagaan natin hindi lamang ang ating katawan, pakainin din natin pati ang ating mga kaluluwa. Our soul, our spirit. Amen.